I had an idea for a TV show where two people compete to cook breakfast, and the winner gets to have sex with the loser's wife or husband or whoever, and the loser has to bring them breakfast in bed afterwards. It's called Ready Steady Cook.
For your love anyway. Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me. I'll be gone anytime soon.
I definitely have a problem with doing things just sort of impulsively and arbitrarily and not really thinking about what the consequences of them might be, which is why I just gave myself this haircut. So I was a little bit ill recently. Like, it wasn't anything serious, there wasn't any cause for alarm. What I did have was chickenpox. I'm nearly 24 years old, and chickenpox is pretty much exclusively supposed to be had by little babby children. I think it's typical that the last 12 months of everybody's lives has been defined by a highly infectious virus. I end up catching a completely different highly infectious virus that I thought I should have already been immune to. Because the thing is, I already had chickenpox when I was a little babby child. You can get it, it's kind of rare to get it twice, but, obviously it's not impossible. It was on the day that all the spots sort of started to show up, and I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. I did some Googling, and I thought, this is probably chickenpox. I thought I already had that, but I'll go and ask my mum, I'll double check. And I was like, Mum, I did have chickenpox when I was little, right? And she was like, yeah. And she told me the story about how when I had chickenpox when I was little, I think I was about 2 or 3. I was already in hospital for something else that was wrong with me, and I got chickenpox while I was in hospital, so I got moved onto a separate little room so that I wouldn't spread my horrible germs to all the other sick children. And so I had this bed to myself, and my mum was in there with me, and I was just watching the television, and there was all these nurses and the doctors sort of crowding around my bed, sort of talking over me, which apparently I wasn't that keen on, because I piped up excuse me, some of us are trying to watch Thomas the Tank Engine. As a story of my young self, I can see in that boy the man that he grew up to be. That's also why I've got this fucking bullet hole in the middle of my head. I hope that goes away. I don't mind, but I'd rather not have any further facial scarring. I don't ask for much.